children, it's Mrs. Lee here. It's assembly number 8 and it's the week beginning the 16th of June 2025. How are you? Are you okay? Oh, that's great. Me? Oh, thank you for asking. I'm okay too. Right, come with me. We're going to do our routine. So, what's the time, Mr. Wall? Well, I can see that the long hand, which is the minute hand, is pointing to the number 12. It's actually touching it, and that means that's right, it means it's o'clock. Now the small hand, the hour hand, that's our green pencil, is pointing towards the number 5. Put it all together and we get, that's right, say it with me, 5 o'clock. Brilliant. Now, our language of the month, we are learning to speak in Punjabi, and we are saying salam, salam. Salam means hello in Punjabi. Can you say salam to the person next to you? Salam. Fabulous. Now, over my shoulder, we have the Makaton sign of the week, and it's changed. It's one we don't do very often. Oh, it's a lovely one. You've got to put your hands together and then you're going to push them out as if you were going for a swim. Shall we try together? Ready? Swim. Hands together. Swim. Push the water away. Swim. Now, why does Mrs. Lee want us to think about swimming? Well, if you look over my shoulder over here, most of our assemblies are about British values, but we also think about things that are pertinent, things that are important, that are happening across the week. So we've got to think about everybody is different and we need to respect that. Just have a quick look around. Nobody looks like you, do they? We all look so different. Drowning Prevention Week. Well, that's really important. And I know that Mrs. Booth is going to do more work about that when we come to our Healthy Week in a couple of weeks' time. But it is this week, and across the whole of the United Kingdom, can you remember the countries? That's right, we've got England, we've got Northern Ireland, we've got Scotland, we've got Wales. Those 4 countries will be thinking in other schools, they will be thinking about how we can be better at swimming because we want to stop people drowning, and it does happen. In fact, you might know this. What's this? That's our logo, isn't it? It's the Hertford logo, made out of Lego. So we've got our tree, the Hertford tree, and we have the 3 gold coins to represent the coins that were found many hundreds of years ago. But we've also got this blue strip across here. And that's really important because we live near a river. Can you point to where the river is? That's right, it's over there, isn't it? The river is in Hertford. Can anybody remember the name? Oh my gosh, well done if you remembered that it is called the Great River Ouse. Can you say that for me? Great River Ouse. The Great River Ouse runs along Hertford. It comes from far away and it carries on far away. And on its journey, it passes through Hertford, where we live. You may have seen it when you went to the church when you were in year 1, or if you went to the church when we had our Christingle service at Christmas. You might even walk your dog along it. You might come down here to feed the ducks. You might even be very fortunate to be able to go on the river. The river is a special place for us at Hertford, but the river can be, like all waters, like the sea, like lakes, like ponds, like oceans, can be very dangerous, children. So we really want you to follow a special code. To show you this poster, it says, always follow the water safety code. And this comes from a group of people who call themselves the Royal Life Saving Society. So it says here, whenever you are around water, stop and think. Wonder what you're going to stop and think about, children. Well, here it says, take time to assess your surroundings. Come on then with me. We're going to look Imagine we're looking around, we're looking up, we're looking down to the side to see what's around us. Look for the dangers and always research local signs and advice. Local signs? Well, I've got something over here, children, as well. I thought this was really interesting. These are different flags. Now, they are not linked to countries. Remember when we look at our language of the month, we look at flags and we link them to countries. This one is, can you remember? That's right. You come and find me if you know what that flag represents. You come and find me, I'll give you a number in a box, okay? A little bit of homework there for you. But these flags are not represented, these flags do not link to countries. These flags are what you might see if you go to the beach, all right, where you might like to go for a swim, and they're really important, so they tell you where you can swim and where you can't swim. This one here, the red and yellow one, red at the top, yellow at the bottom, this means it's a swimming area. This one, what do you think red means? That's right, it means, oh, I'm blocking Mrs. Lee out, stop, doesn't it? It means stop. This black and white one actually means that you can surf, but you can't swim. You don't want to get clumpered by a surfboard, do you? Yellow is caution. Blue means that there's lots of animal life there. The yellow one with the black spot means that you can't have any surfboards there, nothing there, thank you. Green does mean it's really, really safe to swim, okay? And you wouldn't need, this one, you think, well, this one says you can swim, but this one's with a lifeguard. The lifeguard needs to be around, and lifeguards usually wear red and yellow as well. Green, definitely can swim there. So there's lots of different signs. When you come to eat your lunch, you can have a little look at these. I'll leave it there. Now, on our poster, it's got some more. It says, stay together. Really important. When around water, always go with friends or family. Swim at a life-guarded venue. Now, lots of you might get really hot. I'm feeling really hot at the moment. Sun's out, and there's nothing more that I would like to do than cool down. And water is a place that sometimes we cool down. This water here is very, very cold, even if it's a hot day. And some of you might think it's a great idea to jump into the river. Good thing or not a good thing? Well, it's not a good thing, because I don't know if you can see the water. Can you see the bottom? No, you can't. You really can't see the bottom of this water. This water has got all sorts of things. It's definitely got life in there. There's plants in there, and there are fish and all sorts of creatures that live in the water. There's ducks that like to be on the top, don't they? But there's also other things that you cannot see, all right? So you must not go into this water. There's something called a current. Can you say that word? Current. If you ever go down to the water's edge, if you look really closely, you will see that the water sometimes looks like it's moving, like it's on a journey. And sometimes that journey is slow. Sometimes that journey is very fast. It's called a current, and it will pull you, it will push you along. All right. If you're in a boat, sometimes if the current's going really fast, you don't need to do much rowing. You can just sit in the boat, and the boat is pushed along with the current. Now, if you're in the water will just push you along. And if you're trying to swim the other way to the current, it is very, very hard. Sometimes it's tough, and you can get into difficulty. So please do not ever think, even if a friend says to you, let's go in this water, you always say, that's right, you say no. Now, go back to our poster, because it's really, really important. It's got loads of good information on it. So it says, stop and think, look around. It says here, stay together. And then it says here, in an emergency. So this is when something is going wrong. You need to call 999. So if you are at the coast, all right, you call 999 and you could ask for the Coast Guard. All right. Now, if you're by the river, you call, all right, and you would call for the ambulance service and the fire brigade, and they would get out to you really, really quickly. Now, if you are the person that is in the water, all right, this is what you need to do, okay? Really, really, really important. I'm going to show you a picture, okay? And it's got some really important advice on it. It says here, If you fall into the water or feel tired when you're in the water, you need to do this, float. Can you say that? Float. Say it to the person next to you, float. The best way to float is to get on your back, all right? So get on your back and you float, all right? So your head is up, looking up at the sky, and the back of your head here is all in the water, all right? And your legs, you should be able to see your feet, bring your feet up, and then just move your hands to just keep you afloat. It says here, keep calm, lean back, extend your arms and legs like a starfish. Ooh, can I see some starfish, people? Ah, pretty good starfish there. Gently move your arms and legs if needed. So just move them gently. This will help you keep afloat. Catch your breath. Plan your next move. Call for help and swim to safety if you can. So, if you haven't already started going to swimming lessons with either a grown-up from home or going to proper swimming lessons, then you need to get yourself booked on some, okay? It's really, really important. It's such an amazing skill to have. And once you can swim, all right, once you can swim, you'll never forget it. You'll only get stronger at it and better at it if you keep going, all right? But swimming is something you need to learn, okay? It's a bit tricky sometimes at first, but you can do it, and everybody can float. You might not think you can, but you can. You just need to go back, heads up, breathe in, make that starfish shape, so nice big triangles. Just move your hands, okay? It's really, really important. And then once you've got your breath back, you can call for help. But hopefully you are always going to be with a grown-up or somebody older than you who can help you at the water, okay? So this is our lovely poster. I'm gonna stick it up here. We've got our flags up here. We have got our picture of the river. Mrs. Lee's got a really good book here that you might want to have a quick look at. I think it's really interesting because sometimes we look at places, so we might look at the coast or we might look at the river. All these little blue boxes are telling you different hazards. All right, now when I first looked at the picture, even me, and I'm a grown-up, I was looking at it and thinking, oh, that looks beautiful. I'd love to go in that water. But actually, it says here, watch out for the current. We talked about that. It says water can be very cold. And when you first get into water, if it's very, very cold, it makes you sort of freeze up, doesn't it? Okay, you want to try and keep warm, okay? So be really, really careful around water. And there's another little poster here. I really like this one. It gives you lots of pictures, and next to the pictures, it tells you what to do. And again, when you're eating your lunch, children, have a good look at that. Now, as we know, water can be a bit tricky, all right? Water can be really exciting. And I found a really cool book that I think you should have a look at. It's called Look Out by Water. And it's all about different places of water, so like swimming pools. It talks about lifeguards, so at the coast. It even talks about rivers. And it says here, never swim in rivers and lakes. It's too dangerous. All right? Never swim in rivers or lakes. It's too dangerous. Make sure you're always with a grown-up. They're going to take you to somewhere that is safe, okay? It gives you lots of different information here about how the tide can come in very quickly at the seaside. It talks about wearing a life jacket, even if you can swim. Mrs. Lee has to put on a life jacket because water can be dangerous. All right? This is a really good book to look at. It's a non-fiction book, and I'm going to leave it here so that you can have a little look at it when you come to have your lunch. Now, just going to finish off with a quick poem. Quick poem. Let's see where that quick poem is. Here we go. Oh, Mrs. Lee, where is the poem? It's hidden. Okay, this is a lifeboat rescue. Cool, look at this. All right, look at that picture. There's the lifeboat going out. Lifeboat rescue. The waves are huge. There's a howling gale. The tiny boat has lost its sail. The Coast Guard spots the tiny boat and sees a girl struggling to keep afloat. He sounds the alarm. Emergency! The lifeboat sets off across the sea. The huge waves try to block its way, but the lifeboat hurries across the bay. The girl is rescued. Yay. And once again, a life is saved by the lifeboat men. It's a lovely poem, isn't it? Oh, it's a really good poem. Same picture on the front, isn't it? And again, I'll leave this so you can have a little look at that. Okay, right. Where are we? So remember, we live by a river. Can you remember the name? That's right, it's the Great River Ouse. Okay, Mrs. Lee's going to finish there, children. Lots of other things happening this week that you might want to come and find out more about. Come find me. Don't forget that piece of homework. Can you remember, where's that flag from? Anyway, have a lovely, lovely week, children. We're going to finish off with our school prayer. We're going to close our eyes, put our hands together or fold our arms, I don't mind, or keep your eyes open. But you must say the words. Help me to do the things I should, to be to others kind and good, in all my work and all my play, to grow more loving every day. Amen. Right, have a lovely week. Bye.